reduce the time lapse to minimize your boredom in the journey around the campsite. But now we are going to venture into the heart of the Float This experience. That would be the campsites that we are about to personally reserve so that we can create the mecca, if you will, of the Float This experience. We've stopped the Passat, if you will, here at this point due to off-road regulations. We took it up there once but don't want to get it stuck the second time. So we're going to go on foot and show you what exactly lay in store. Now these campsites out here, they are going to be equally as nice, much more accessible, but soon you will see why it is that we seek campsite 391, not on the map, for our mecca. We'll just continue on foot. Any thoughts?
Well, 391 not being on the map has kind of come about. We found it sort of at the end of the road here, and you can see if you look over to your right, the big blowdown.
There's been obstructions, not passable, especially with the Passat.
But here it is, 391 in all its glory, and it is just a haven for debaucherous activity.
Correct. Now 390 we found. This is the last one on the map, campsite 390, and it is reserved. So someone from far off looked at the map, saw where it was located, and said something serious is going to go down here, but they did not have the wherewithal to make a personal trip to the site to know that number 391, the hidden in the reeds campsite, was still available. And unbeknownst to them, we're going to shack up next to them and create the utter chaos that will be Float This. Now, the number one characteristic you're gonna notice right off the bat that makes number 391 very, very appealing is its sheer cliff drop-off into the Huzzah Creek. Now, if I was an old fogey, this would not really be that big of a deal. And at the same time, if I was just a regular camper, this wouldn't be a big deal. But notice what Warmouse and I have found right here growing out of the ground. Now, at first glance, to the untrained eye, it seems to be just a tree jutting from the ground. But when you step back a bit and you really start to think about what it means to be where we're at, when we're at, well, I'm just going to let you guys draw your own conclusions. Considering a long piece of knotted rope sounds very, very interesting. This is the beach, by the way, where we will be having many of the Float This activities. Frisbee, maybe a little bit of, oh, I don't know, what do you think? Croquet, I'm sure, water polo.
Oh, indeed.
Jet skiing.
Jet skiing. Powerboats.
Powerboats, yes, there will be speedboat races through here all of Saturday and into Sunday night. Gold medal competition, bass fishing, trout fishing, walleye and husky fishing, muskie fishing, that would be. But,
you just got to tie a bone to your rod and go to Disher's house.
That's right, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Husky fishing.
But this is where we will be camped out. Now, all up in here, this is all still available. This is all still available, and we would strongly recommend you make reservations immediately to get as close to campsite 391 as you can. Out here, now keep in mind, what's today's date? The 24th?
24th,
of April. It's still very early, 2 months off. Float This is still 2 months off. Everything's overgrown. They haven't been through here to pick up all the weeds. Trust that this will be a much more cleaner, more in-shape campground by the time Float This rolls around. But we plan on having lots and lots of fun at this campground. Now right here, this looks like a possible place for the BMX ramp into the river contest that we are considering. We still have to talk to our lawyers and find out the liability issues here and see if it's going to be feasible. But we're thinking about building or constructing some sort of a device to launch BMX bikes out into the middle of the creek, but retrieving them has still eluded us, how we're going to get them back. So we're going to work on that as time permits. But this is it, guys. This is the spot. This is where it's all going to go down. And trust that there will not be 1 or 2 people here. There will not be 3 or 4 people here, nor will there be 20 or 30 people here. There will be hundreds of people here for Float This 2006. Hope to see you there. Nut up, save some money, and let's do it. Bye. For those of you helping out with the planning of this site, this is what we have to deal with. This is site 391 that we were told doesn't exist up at the desk at the resort. Obviously it does, there's a number on the tree. But what's so key and what's so special about this site is that there is nobody able to camp on the right side of us. There's nothing, and look how prime of an area this is for what we're looking to do. We've got plenty of area. Right now it's overgrown, it hasn't been mowed yet. We're down very early. They actually unlocked the gate so we could come in and look at this. But we've got all this area over here where nobody else can camp. There's no other campsites registered over here. So we're gonna get 391, and what we need is Eric, I believe, or Eric says Troy has lots of tiki torches. Troy, you are our tiki torch and oil man. That is your responsibility. And we could use as many. I'm picturing in my mind a tiki torch by every tree. I'm picturing music set up over here, live musicians here with the backdrop of the river, of the creek, and just utter mayhem in a mild, laid-back, dead Jerry Garcia kind of way. But it's going to be very, 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 very fun. Very fun. Very fun. You guys have 2 months. I don't want to hear any lame excuses from anybody on why you couldn't make it. Some of you have school. Some of you have no jobs. Well, okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't make a whole lot of money myself. But that should not stop you from being a part of this. All I can tell you is that if you don't make it, you're going to hear all winter long how this was the greatest party of the summer. Okay? It's beautiful here. And this isn't even the float. This is just a campground. Okay, the float is a whole nother story all in itself. We'll get to that later.